The music is just the music, but it's. I think a certain type of people really like the music. I listen to every type of music, you know, but that music is really special to me. It gives me something back. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Good answer. We talked a little bit earlier about if you compare that, like, which you can call it the first wave of black metal with battery and bands like that, and then a second wave, you know, especially in Norway with the bands you mentioned before. And today, since it's developed, evolved quite a lot.
Yeah.
The whole genre, both the music, musical waves. It's not more like synthesized and atmospheric, and then you have the ideologies. If you would make a comparison from how would you say is the big difference back in the old school black metal until today, both musically and ideology?
Well, the basic difference is, of course, the production of the music is different, and that's a natural thing, I think. You know, when you start a band when you're 16, you make demo music, and of course when you're over 30 years old and you've done this for a hell of a long time, you go into a better studio. You use maybe a producer, or you understand the equipment better, and of course the production of people would call that a bad production. You know, I don't agree. I think it was meant to be that way. Of course, they did it to get like a certain atmosphere in the music. But I think that it's natural for people to evolve. You know, they have to always. If you go to the moon, you have to go to Mars. If you go to Mars, you have to go to Pluto. Blah 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 blah. You always have to like go more extreme, harder, and always go like one more step. That's natural. So I think that if you listen to old black metal too, it's much more like, you know, it's more slower parts too. And these days it's just like a competition of what I play like as fast as possible. So of course that's natural for a musician to do, and I think the production is the main thing. And of course you had like E-Throne Darkness Triumphant with the Dimmu Borgir. I think it came out in 95 or 96 or something. And that also made like a major difference. I really respect like Dimmu for their because they're really good musicians, and they're massive compared to many. I think there's no band in Norway that is as big as Dimmu Borgir when it comes to everything. And I think they were probably could be one of the biggest metal bands from Scandinavia after a while. But I've never been a big fan of their type of black metal or extreme metal, if you may say it. I don't think it's black metal in that sense actually. But they made like more beautiful music. So if you listen to E-Throne Darkness Triumphant, it's like a really beautiful thing, you know? And I think then you got like more people, I really like this, you know? This is really great. I want to do this too. Like, oh, some harmonies and maybe some symphony and some crap like that. And suddenly you had like, and everybody was black metal. And before that, it was like if you listen to albums before that album came out and became what it did, yeah, then it's like the music is totally different, and that's like definitely if you want to like I don't agree all that first wave, second wave, first generation, second generation, but you have to like maybe say that. But the second generation black metal in Norway, if you say the first generation is Bathory, then blah 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 blah, then it's definitely the third generation from '96. It's totally different. So then you have to listen to the album. Listen to. Two albums in the same period, Under the Signs of Hell with Gorgoroth and E-Throne Darkness Triumphant with Dimmu, and say, is this the same music? Is this black metal? Both of them? You can't really. For me, it isn't. But it never. I think none of the two music types that existed before they came. You know, black metal in that sense, and the one they did. So then you got like the symphonic type of black metal, they called it. And I guess like the part that is the more evil, natural atmosphere black metal, the second generation, they maybe became a little bit smaller. And then the Dimmu Borgir thing like blew up in the sky, and everybody wanted to sound like them and stuff. But they had like respect to them. They have their originality. Nobody sounds like them. And I saw them on Wacken Open Air now, and it was really a great concert. So, but I'm not a fan of their type of music. But that's like the difference is now that the production, and definitely that it's more okay to you always use samples in black metal. You can't say that people didn't use synthesizers at all. You had like samples to make like maybe an intro or an outro, or maybe just some little feed like in a certain part of the song. But to have like the ooh, ooh there all the time, it's like I don't understand it, and I never will. I don't think that to me it's not like true black metal in the sense. But so that's like the major difference I think. And when it comes to the ideology, as you asked, I think always has been more. Some people from the start who took it more seriously, the ideology, and other people. Because you always had like a two-part type of thing. You had the musician people that were there for the music mainly, and you had the people that were probably more ideology involved. But I think now, of course, 30% of the people have the ideology. 70% are there for the music or musicians. To like, and this is what I think is really terrible was that Norwegian black metal was a brand in the old days, you know. I was like, this is Norwegian black metal, this is like the best type of black metal. And just because you come from Norway don't mean that you make Norwegian black metal. I think that's really important. Because a lot of the new bands that I get like demos and shit from, they sound like terrible. It's like totally senseless. It's like, I don't understand. It's just like, it's like they listen to Transylvanian Hunger and try to do it once more time, and they did really, really, really bad, and they have terrible lyrics, and they just want to like stand on stage and like be more like to get laid, you know what I mean? Not more like to get through the ideology through, like have a meaning. Because everything's rock and roll when it comes to basic. When you go on tour and if you have like a festival, it's always like, of course, it's rock and roll in the basic type of the music industry. It's a evil and a good industry at the same time, you know. But it's really changed for the ideology. It's like people now more. If you see the younger people, they're like, they get drunk. They're losers, many of them, you know. They're like total fucking losers. They just want to drink. Use drugs, don't do anything. They just like get money from the state, and I really hate those people because that was not the sense of black metal either. It was like a more an elite type of people. You were like supposed to be strong. You were supposed to take care of yourself and be an individual person. And they like are the example that of what maybe we hated in the start. Especially when I was younger, I really despised that type of people. And everybody can be unemployed a part of their life, you know what I mean? That's like a natural type of thing. But like if you go to the social office to get money, and you're dressed in black and like hail Satan, and you're like fucking be alcoholics, sniffing amphetamines and using hashish every fucking day and having chlamydia every week and have to go to the doctor to get penicillin, you know, you're a fucking loser, you know what I mean? It's like, and that's probably what I see when I go to many of the festivals and stuff, compared to what maybe it was in the old days, as people have always been really eccentric and different type. They're artists and stuff, you know, and so they, of course, artists, they are really weird people many times. But if they were used a lot of drugs or stuff like that, at least they were creative people. They did something really good. But now there's just like, I don't fit in. My teacher was mean to me when I was little. My father didn't like me. I'm black metal. You know, I hate the world. And then like suddenly like it's like pouring in with this shit. And that really I don't know. They buy records so people make money, you know. But I think it's really pathetic, and I think that really ruins the part of the whole scene. So I think it's either it's going to be a revolution soon, where something happens, or it's just going to be like. I'm never going to stop being it, and I'm always going to play it and listen to it and do it, but I think maybe that's going to be the one thing that kills it too. That it's going to probably be a lot of people into it, and they're just going to destroy it, and then maybe it will fall down to the level where it started. And then maybe people will make really good black metal again, you know what I mean? Because still you have like, the bands that are the bands, when they give out an album, it's a really good album. You have Mayhem's latest album was a really good album. Okay, if you say like Dimmu's album,